Hello! Today I'm going to answer the web's most asked questions about Germany. No, not that Germany. The Germany today. Are you ready? Why is Germany so successful? That's an easy one. Because Germans have order, discipline and bureaucracy. That's all you need. But it is not all because of those values we appreciate so much. I think I can put the answer to this question together with two of the other most asked questions about Germany. That is, why is Germany so rich? And why is Germany so powerful? Because all those things are kind of connected. Success makes you rich and money gives you power. One thing that is making the German economy so powerful and the people so rich is the German Mittelstand. That are small or medium-sized companies not having more than 500 employees. They are usually focusing on niche products, but making them as good as possible and exporting them around the world. Of the 500 biggest companies in the world, only 28 are from Germany. But 50% of small market leaders are German. Most of these companies are not known by the majority of people, but only by the professionals in the field. Just a few random examples for you. Koenig & Meyer is producing some of the best music accessories. Tetra is the #1 producer of fish food. The company Flexi is the #1 manufacturer of dog leashes. And Kleis Orgelbau is producing some of the best pipe organs in the world. They all do one thing only, but they do it extremely good. One of such companies doesn't have a big impact on the economy, but thousands of them? Huge! But we do have a few very successful big companies, especially car companies. Germans love cars. We like to drive cars, clean cars, and blow up cars. That's why we make them so good. You can only do good what you are passionate about, right? And cars is one of the few things Germans are very passionate about. Still, there is one thing that is also helping the German economy a lot. Aside from producing high quality stuff, we have also a geographical advantage. Germany is located in the heart of Europe. That makes it very easy for us to export to all other European countries. One more thing. In Germany, there is almost no corruption. There is occasionally the one or other corruption scandal, but compared to most other countries, there's almost no corruption happening here. Which means you can get things done more easily. Next question. Why is education free in Germany? Why shouldn't it be free? I don't get this question. Education, a good education, is probably the single most important thing if you want to be a successful country. So it should be free. Everywhere. Oh yeah! But actually, it's not true that it's free. We pay very high taxes in Germany, and the universities and schools are funded by the taxes. But for that, among other things, you get free education. So we are paying indirectly for it with our taxes. So going to university costs you nothing, zero. And now the orderly Germans will say, it's not free. We have to pay Semestergebühren. Yeah, which is like $100 processing fee per year. So expensive. So now go and ask your government why your education is not free. Next question is, why does Germany have so many castles? There's so many of them. Altogether, there's an estimated amount of 25,000 castles in Germany. We have them in all sizes, shapes and forms. Every few kilometers you will find one, for sure. I can't even remember how many castles I had to visit when I was a child with my parents. They really like to visit castles. But why are there so many of them? The reason for this many castles can be traced back to the Middle Ages, when Germany was divided into dozens of small states and kingdoms, which were ruled by kings, dukes, earls, and even bishops. And all of them needed a castle, sometimes more than one. They usually built them on strategic points that were easily defendable, like hills, rivers and trading posts. The two most famous ones are the Neuschwanstein castle and the castle of Heidelberg. When I was studying in Heidelberg, I could look at the castle from my window. But I never went there in the whole year. I only went after I moved away. Not all of those castles are huge and beautiful. Some are really small and ugly. Nonetheless, many of them have become major tourist destinations and are often used as venues for weddings or other events. If you like castles, you're gonna love Germany. Someday I'm gonna get one and I'm gonna make techno parties on it. Next one is, why is Germany called Deutschland? In Germany we don't say Germany, we say Deutschland. Germany is the name other countries gave us. This can be dated back already 2000 years. The Romans called us the barbarian Germanic tribes. So Germany is derived from the barbarian tribes way back. Slavic countries, on the other hand, gave us another name, Nemets, which means as much as unarticulate or mute person, because we don't talk much. We call ourselves Deutsch, which derives from an old German word Deutsch, which means as much as folk or people. So Deutschland basically means the country of the people, our people. Next question is, why does Germany have a speed limit? That's not a good question. The better question is, why do all other countries have speed limits? That makes no sense. Why would you have a car that drives 200 kilometers per hour or more, but you can never actually use it? What's the point in that? If there was a speed limit and you buy a Porsche that can drive 300 kilometers per hour or something like that, and you cannot drive it, why would you need that? I think much less people here would buy sports cars if they wouldn't be able to drive without a limit on the Autobahn. Where would be the fun in that? But not all of the German highways are limitless. There's like 30% of them which have a speed limit between 100 and 130 kilometers per hour. In the last few years there have been a few politicians trying to push for a speed limit in all Germany, but it didn't went through and I don't think it will, because most people wouldn't like that and also the car lobby wouldn't really appreciate that. So it's gonna stay that way. At least there's something fun all Germans have in common. Then we have, why is Germany so boring? Whoever asked this question clearly has never been to Berlin. You'll have a hard time finding another city that crazy, just saying. But yeah, on the countryside it's pretty boring. Nothing but castles and beer fests everywhere. Next question is, why is Germany to blame for World War I? That's a very good question. World War I was ignited because a Bosnian terrorist killed an Austrian noble in Serbia. And Germany is to blame? What? That doesn't make any sense. But it is a little bit more complicated than that. While Germany didn't start the war, it also didn't do much to prevent it. It even encouraged it. The Germans knew if Austria-Hungary was invading Serbia, the Russians would jump in on behalf of Serbia. That's what Germany wanted. At least that's what many historians are saying. While Austria was the first country to declare war on Serbia, Germany was the first country to declare war on a major power, Russia. And then all the other countries got involved, taking it from a regional conflict to a global one. That's mostly the reason for the blame. Moving on. Why is Germany better than the US? That's an easy one. Let me see. The beer is better, the bread is better. What you call bread is an insult to bread. Our healthcare system works, people will not become poor here for getting sick. We have way more holidays, going to university is free, we're way better in football, we can be naked in public if we want to. Our highways have no speed limits, our crime rate is ridiculously low in comparison. German classical music is the shit. And we would never ever vote someone like that into office. Although we did once, maybe scrap the last one. Alright, that were the most asked questions about our beloved crowd country. If you have any more, put them in the comments below. I wish you happy holidays. I'll be back.